Hi, we're here at the Vale Music Industry Conference, and we're here with Jimmy Griggs, who is a booking agent at Jeff Roberts and Associates for the Fine Arts Division. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here today, all the way from Nashville.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here, actually. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to you and have a few questions for you today.
I didn't know there was going to be a test.
Well, it's easy. Just asking you about yourself.
Okay, well, that's okay. You asked it.
Okay. So first, we want to know, how did you get to become a booking agent?
Well, let's see. I started out wanting to be a rock star playing in bands, and that didn't work out. And actually, I was performing in a group, and a gal that I was writing with actually went to work for a booking agent, and he and I met, and he said, "I'm expanding my business. Would you be interested in working with me and learning the business?" And of course, for me, anything in the music industry was great. So I said, sure. And I went in and he mentored me and I was hooked, and worked there for about 6 years and started my own company, and kind of just things evolved along the way.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And how did you end up at Jeff Roberts and Associates?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I owned a mainstream agency in Richmond, Virginia, and I came to know Christ in 2004, and when I did, I became more open to what God might do with what He's given me, the gifts that He's given me. So I heard a commercial on the radio, and it was for a Christian station, and they were looking for volunteers. And I said, well, I've mobile DJ'd, and I've done some things, and I've never been radio, but let me go give it a shot. And so I called the guy up. He said, yeah, come on down. And so he introduced me into being an on-air DJ for a while. And while I was doing that, I was doing a lot of MC work for artists that would come through the city. And so I was backstage at festivals with major artists and some upcoming artists, and started building relationships with them. And I opened a second division of my company, which was a Christian-focused agency. And as I started working in that side of the industry, then I started meeting other folks like managers and other booking agents. And so when Jeff Roberts decided he wanted to expand from just CCM, Christian contemporary music, into some mainstream opportunities to impact performing arts centers with really good quality, clean, family-friendly entertainment, he knew me, and he knew that I had experience in both mainstream and Christian music. So I was a hybrid. He calls me up from Nashville one night, and about 8:30 in the night, he just calls me on my cell phone. He says, hey, I'm going to build this new division, and would you like to be a part of it? And so we had more conversations and talked, and I guess the rest is history. I ended up moving to Nashville. So that's been about 2.5 years now. And so that's how I ended up kind of coming into the Jeff Roberts fold with a new division.
So you just got a phone call. That's
I did.
Great.
I did. I was. I guess my reputation was good. So
wonderful.
Yeah, it was really an honor to come to work for Jeff. Fantastic agency.
So working with Jeff Roberts and Associates, which is a Christian agency,
it is.
How does your faith play a role? Your personal faith play a role?
Sure.
In your business dealings?
Well, certainly we want to operate with integrity. So I think, we should all operate like that in that model. But, I have an opportunity with my division, and what really kind of excited me was this division that I'm in, JRA Fine Arts. We're mostly programming performing arts centers, and we do colleges, of course, and we've done some work here with you guys. And but what really gets me is this. I have an opportunity to program in some things like Screw Tape Letters, which is a theatrical performance, or Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, or a Sandy Patty, who also not only does her big Christian hits, but she does American Songbook and Broadway Stories, which is some Broadway songs. So when we bring someone like a Sandy Patty into a large performing arts center, let's say in Los Angeles, then we know that those people in there are not only going to hear American Songbook, some great standards, but Sandy's also going to do some of the very big Christian hits she's known for. And we don't know where someone is at any time in their life, but God does. And there's those provident sort of delivery moments. So Sandy becomes the vehicle to deliver that at that time in that person who maybe was just there to hear American Songbook, but now they're impacted by this, or maybe a play that we're touring, and it speaks to them in some manner. But we've also found, which is interesting, that these performing arts centers having an issue, as anyone does, in selling tickets and in a down economy, that they're looking to expand their audience. So let's say their season ticket buyer is the average age of 50 to 65, 70 years old. Well, they need to recreate their audience, number one, so they need younger folks coming, but they also need to expand outside of what their circle of buyers is. And there's this whole set of people called Christians that they haven't really been programming to. So what happened was, and this model happened first in California, was we were able to put an act in that sort of bridged the gap, if you will. Then they got a lot of response back from Christians and people in the community churches that said, hey, if you will program more of this type of entertainment, we'll come buy tickets. So therefore, what happened is that the Performing Arts Center decided, you know what, next season, let's have one faith and family night, and let's just test it, and we'll go with an overtly Christian act. They did, and they sold out like a month in advance. So, obviously, they're interested in programming Christian music, theater, whatever. Now, it's not their exclusive because they're programming a variety of things, but hey, we've made an impact now into mainstream America.
Wow.
That's exciting.
And so that's the work that you do as a booking agent, is you figure out where to program what? I
do. We, as an artist, when an artist obviously puts out an album, we want to tour on that album, want to do different things with it. We're generally looking for an anchor date, or we have an incoming call on an anchor date. So let's say that they anchor down here with you on a Friday. Well, I want to fill up Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? So I'm going to be looking for dates around that anchor date that I have, and I'm going to be contacting people within a certain radius from you, because certainly I don't want to program somebody 5 minutes down the road from you. You need to sell tickets within a certain radius. Let's say that it's 50 or 60 miles that your patrons will come from. So I want to program or get a gig or a date outside your radius, but also benefits my artists. If we're coming through, we can hit things in a manner that makes sense when we're routing through an area. We call them routing dates, support dates, pickup dates, what have you. So my job is to put dates on a calendar for an artist. That's what a booking agent does, but also dates that make sense.
So you work for the artist?
I do. The artist is my client.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to an artist or a band who is looking to find a booking agent or a management team, for any bands or artists who are watching this right now?
Sure. Well, the important thing is that you're a proven commodity. You have a direct focus on what you're doing so that you can tell the story to me so I can tell the story to somebody else. For instance, we're a worship band, this is what we do, or we are a contemporary Christian rock band, this is what we do, this is our message, this is what we're... So for me, that gives me a focused message to pitch, as it were. The other thing is that if you are creating a buzz out there on your own, because every band is really going to have to book themselves in the beginning, right? So if you're creating a buzz, you're booking yourself, you've got a good package together, don't come to an agent or don't try to get a manager unless you've got your album together, you've got promo, you've got good marketing material, you've got a strong focus, you know who you are as an artist, you're a commodity. Not unlike if I'm going down the cereal aisle and I know if I want, Frosted Flakes, I can grab a box, right?
Yeah.
But if I want granola, I'm going to get this. So, be decisive as to who you are and what you are as a product, because quite frankly, even in the Christian industry, we are talking about business here. If you're in the business of music, yes, Christian is your genre. So we still want to have a really great business model, and we certainly want to be able to attract a manager or an agent. Usually what attracts them is money. So here's the thing. If you're booking dates and you're selling tickets, somebody's going to find out, because they're going to want to have a piece of it. They're going to want to say, you know what, here's a band that's making noise. They're creating an audience and a buzz for themselves. Let's see if we can take that band and push them up another level. And certainly being open to direction and being focused and really having great integrity yourself as an artist and being open to being directed, all those things will play together for you. So I know it's kind of a long-winded answer, but get it going, be dedicated to it, be focused, and reach out.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Is there any last advice that you would give or anything else you want to add before we go?
Yeah, I think sometimes there's this, there's a conception that I'm a really great singer and all I need is somebody to take me and build something around me. So artist development, well, that really doesn't happen anymore. Maybe it happened in the past. Really what labels and managers are looking for is, I know this sounds crazy, almost a finished product already. They just don't have the budget to take someone and create a star around that person. So get yourself down the road as fast and as further, and not necessarily as fast, as far as you can. Get yourself down the road. But treat yourself like you are the manager. So if you were going to put a product out, you need these things, right? You need marketing, you need promo, you need whatever it is. Make sure that you have that. But I would also suggest that if you are a Christian artist and if you're a Christian rock band, go to the websites, look at what they have, look at their album covers, look at their promo, their shots, their videos. Don't do anything unless it's absolutely done with excellence. You want it to look like you were signed to a major label already. Your promo speaks volume of who you are. It's the first impression people have of you. Do not do it unless you can do it with excellence. Save the money on putting out the album. If you can't do it right, save the money, do it right. This is, as you know, everything's out there on the web, so people have access to it. And if they have access to your poor quality, you don't want them to see that. You want them to see excellence. So that's my suggestion right there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's all we have time for today.
Yeah.
So thank you. This is Jimmy Griggs, a booking agent for Jeff Robertson Associates. And that's the Vale Music Industry Conference.
Thanks, Christabel.
Thank you.